essential point. Do not get drunk. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, the film student extraordinaire, and today we are looking at part 3 of our series, Hollywood Game Plan. This one is Get Connected.
I was kissing you with my eyes open, but you said keep them closed.
Remember, if you're interested in buying this book for yourself, I have a link down below so you can find it on Amazon. A big section of this part of the book is all about developing your own personal story. Now, you need to make yourself interesting and memorable in the industry, obviously in a field that is so heavy on entertainment. If you can't, bring some kind of thing to the table, to start conversation, if you just walk in and walk out, you're not going to stick around. Now, you need 3 different stories. You need your personal logline, your personal story, and entertaining anecdotes from your life. What's a personal logline, you may ask? Well, it's basically a logline for a movie, but about yourself. These sentences should describe who you are, what you currently do, what you want to do, and what makes you different from everyone else, like doing the same thing and wanting to do the same thing. Basically, what makes you special enough that you would be hired over the next person? Here is my example. My name is Lauren Schwartzbart, and I am currently a senior at Temple University. I hope to direct one day, so at the moment, I want to be a director or producer's assistant. I would be good at it because I have directed or produced almost 10 shorts while at school. Please hire me. Then you need to develop the personal story. Now, this is kind of a transition story because you're needing to turn your conversation into a pitch of yourself. So, everyone in Hollywood obviously loves a story. So in order to sell a story, you just gotta pitch it. In order to sell yourself, you gotta pitch you. So you need to fashion this unique story of your life where you are the protagonist. Here's my story. Now, eventually I will have this memorized, but I only just wrote this out for this video and I need to memorize it myself. But one day it'll be memorized, but right now it is not, and I am sorry about that. Up until my junior year of high school, I thought I was going to be a neuropsychiatrist. I was touring colleges with my sister when I checked out a film program on a whim and just fell in love. It reminded me of how I used to make mini movies with my friends in elementary school and how much I loved entertaining people. Over the next 2 years, I threw myself into visual storytelling through taking production classes at my high school and doing a filmmaking intensive at the New York Film Academy. It all paid off when I got into the directing concentration at Temple University, and now I'm getting closer to living my dream, creating short films that add more representation to the big screen. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Next, you need to craft some entertaining anecdotes. So they should be memorable, make you feel like an appealing person, show how you're a problem solver, a risk taker, that you take initiative, that kind of thing. Some examples for just like some first sentences. When I was in circus camp, I learned how to unicycle. That's interesting. People don't often know how to unicycle, right? Or I could say like, I almost passed out when I was in the Mojave Desert, but I was so determined to climb a sand dune. It's like, whoa, you were in the desert, you climbed a sand dune, you almost passed out. What happened? What are the details? See what I mean? They're engaging, spunky, sparky. At least I hope that they're engaging, spunky, and sparky. Then you gotta put it all together and tell your story in like 60 seconds, 90 seconds. Basically, your personal logline you should be able to say in 15 seconds, and then your story in 1.5 minutes maximum. Anecdotes can be much longer, well maybe not much longer, but they can be longer if they're really engaging. Otherwise, try to keep it to that minute and a half time as well. You don't want to bore anybody, and you don't want to just talk about yourself when you're talking to anybody in the industry. You want to make sure you're asking about them as well. You should practice, practice, practice. But although you want them to be familiar, you don't want it to sound totally rehearsed. So it's okay if a couple words are different every now and then. We're not trying to sound like a monotone reporter talking or someone who memorized a play or a line for a poetry contest. No, we're trying to be genuine, have real human connections, real human interactions, and that can be awkward sometimes, but I have faith in you. Once you've gotten that established, it's time to network like crazy. This industry is all about who you know, and relationships can really, truly build careers. I think everyone understands that the more people you know, the greater chances you have of like meeting someone who knows someone who could, use your help. But that's why it's so important to talk to people who you don't think are in the industry because you don't know who they know. That's like the idea of LinkedIn, where you have this like external network that keeps branching out with second connections. It's like, oh, we know the same person. Maybe we can connect through that person. Here's a little tip when you're, meeting new people. There is not a single individual who will make or break your career when you first meet them. Hopefully that takes some of the pressure off first encounters. Obviously, first impressions are so important, but at the same time, if you make a little mistake or trip over your words, you're not done for, you're not doomed. Just accept you made a little mistake. If you can, maybe apologize for it if you need to. Otherwise, just move on and talk to the next person. I think a good way to make an acquaintance is not to try to make this connection and just see them someone as a job, but just trying to make genuine friends. Hopefully you really love being in the entertainment industry and you're connecting with people who also love that, so you should have some things in common that you can build a genuine foundation on, and then depending on how things go, you can mention if you're looking for a job or not, but go for a real authentic connection and let the business side of networking come in later. So since the best networker is just like a friendly individual, what if you're an introvert? Well, start small. Start by just, smiling and saying hi to people. Then build up your confidence. Start saying hello. Maybe ask how their day's going. Baby steps to feeling more comfortable talking to new people, because you just need to do it. And if you're afraid of that your whole life, you're probably not going to get where you want to go in the industry. Essential point. Do not get drunk, please. Maybe have a drink at a social gathering. One drink. You can network anywhere, in the office, on set, at lunch, but make sure you go to the occasional networking event or mixer. So maybe there's one once a month or once a season. Try to go to that. I know Temple has an LA mixer every now and then, or there's a fall festival. Go to that kind of thing with alumni organizations. Then it says the easiest way to start is just start with eye contact. So if someone makes eye contact with you and nods, go in for the kill. End your conversations politely and pleasantly. You don't want to burn any bridges. You don't want to be mean to anyone. You never know who you're really talking to. So just be polite. But you should just be polite anyways, because you should be a good person. As I mentioned, no one likes someone who's just totally self-absorbed. And then again, if you're just completely self-absorbed, you're not networking for the right reasons. You want to actually get to know people. In order to do that, you must ask them questions and actually listen to them, actually pay attention, and try to retain that information. You also want to follow up. Following up within a week is definitely the way to go. If something's I'll send you a file, send that over immediately. Do it as soon as possible. Then stay in touch regularly when you can, not just when you need something. Say happy birthday, congratulate them if they have a successful project. If someone's oh my god, I suddenly need help, someone bailed out. If you can, try to help them. Maintain these relationships. It is the way to go. You want to create a personal networking database. So I have just a Google Sheets that I use to track certain people, not in a creepy way, just their name, their email, how I know them, where I know them from, that kind of thing. You want to keep it current. So, maybe you're looking for a job somewhere and you're I wonder if I know anyone. You look them up, see, oh, this person works for this company. Why don't I see if they know someone? Or if maybe they can help me in the door. Obviously, they may not be able to get you a job, but if they can just get your resume looked at, that can be a huge help. The dream is that, people are going to help you, but you're also going to help people. So it's not just a take. Ideally, you're giving back as well. And that's how you can grow with your community. If you're still struggling, some other places to go to meet new people would be online communities. I know there's the Rain Dance community, there's Sundance Collab, there's plenty of things like that. Meeting them at work, obviously. You can go to panels, seminars, workshops, take industry classes. There's obviously alumni organizations. You can volunteer, at film festivals, to meet people. Obviously, it can be time consuming to do all these things, and some of them can cost money, or cost money to at least get places, but you will need to invest some, at least, time into meeting new people. A key thing to remember is that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, so go slow. Don't try to meet a ton of people and then never meet anyone again. Just try to keep building up your network slowly so that we can still keep in touch with the people who've been, helped you in the past and who hopefully you will be able to help in the future. Additionally, with getting connected, there's the idea of a mentor. Now, in Hollywood, there are 3 types of mentors. There are peer mentors. Peer mentors are someone kind of in your level. Maybe they're students, entry-level workers, that kind of thing. They're in the same stage of their career as you, basically. Then there's an advisor mentor. Now, an advisor mentor's been in the business for several years, has a lot of contacts, willing to help, but they're not so far removed that they remember what it's like to be in your shoes. Then there's the guru mentor. Now, this is someone who's well established in the entertainment industry, strong track record, lots of contacts, and they're really busy. You're not going to call on them too much. Now, this may sound overwhelming, like how do you get all these mentors? I mean, the first step is just to be realistic and know that you're not just going to walk out your door and get a guru mentor. It's not going to happen. You're going to have a collection of peer and advisor mentors, and maybe you'll get a helping hand every now and then from a guru. While you need a lot of timing and luck to get that guru mentorship, you can come prepared by having a good attitude, always performing well, and having a very strong work ethic. Now, to go back to peer mentors, they could literally be your classmates. They just have to be someone kind of working alongside you. Maybe they just got their first job, others are still looking for a job. You know, like for me, it would be like my classmates. You know, some of us have jobs lined up, some of us do not have jobs lined up. And that's totally fine. We're still basically on the same level, so we can still help each other out and give each other a little helping hand. You meet an advisor mentor from friends, family, and usually on the job. Always ask them about themselves and their journey first, then ask for help. Be polite, be genuine, be kind. A guru mentor could be a boss, a teacher, maybe a senior level producer, or an executive maybe you met during your internship that, you know, you took a liking to and you communicated a lot. So they need to think you'll be successful, so they look good when you look good in order for them to really help you. And a good sentence that I read in the book, so a quote was, "You meet the same people going down the ladder as you do going up." This is to say that, you know, people up top, they're not going to be at the top forever. So they also want to be kind and polite to the younger people, because one day the young folks are going to be the powerhouses in the industry. And again, there is kind of an ulterior motive, but I do think at the base of it, it's just about being a kind person and mutual respect. You may have heard the term making calls. Basically, that just means someone is personally vouching for you in the industry. And that's a huge deal. It's a big ask. And if you let them down, they're not going to vouch for you again because you have made them look bad. Along with how you want to make your mentor look good, you don't want to ask for too much and you want to show them appreciation. If they help you get a job, say thank you. Take them out for dinner, take them out for a drink, whatever it is. Let them know you appreciate their time because they don't have to help you. They're choosing to do so and you are not entitled to it. So you should always be as grateful as possible. With your advisor contact, chat with them maybe once a month, send a letter, send a note, or every couple months with updates like, hey, I just graduated college. Woo! You know, nice, simple stuff. And only hit up your guru mentor if you really need help, especially in your early career, because you probably only have one or two things you can really ask of them at that time. I just want to conclude this section by reminding you that, similarly with helping and stuff, you're asking for help, but one day you will help people. One day you will be a mentor. Now, with that being said, that's it for this installment of the series. If you're interested in the following chapters, please remember to subscribe so you don't miss out and hit the bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below whatever most interesting thing you learned, and I will see you next time.